Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you a very special daily vlog for Friday, March the 19th. First off, I'd like to thank Deadly680 for the 7-month sub on Prime. Hopefully we can get together and play a game soon. Because I know that you have been watching the channel, you have been throwing that Prime sub every month, and we haven't done anything yet. This is my promise to you that eventually we'll get to a game of some kind. If we get back on Destiny, you're definitely getting a slot on the team. Now, in today's daily vlog, it's going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to be reacting to GameTimeGaming's podcast that he did with Mick Pack. All credit to this video goes out to GameTimeGaming. He is probably one of the nicest guys in the Mortal Kombat Mobile community. Very friendly, very helpful guy. He does some great stuff when it comes to video editing, even making some parodies of Mortal Kombat. But he's a diehard Mortal Kombat Mobile fan. I believe he has over 2,000 days on the game, which is far more than I could say. Let me just start off by saying that the reason I don't play Mortal Kombat Mobile at the moment is because ever since Update 2.0, I felt let down with the speed of the updates and the quality of the updates. Well, I'm not going to deny that I like the towers and I like the gear that you can get from the towers. As a newer player, because I do have a newer iOS account and I have a slightly more developed Android account, my problem with the towers is that it's not free-to-play friendly for new players. If you have maxed out diamonds, that's one thing. I would also point out right now, I want the updates for Injustice 1 to come back. I don't care if you guys have to hire developers. I know that Fireball left the company, so there's one less developer. It's not that hard to get 1 to 2 developers, hire them for Injustice 1. If the game is making $200,000 a month, you're not losing money. And if you guys develop more metal characters, you have a great opportunity to get that game back rolling. Make a couple new challenge characters. Maybe make some more enticing offers like Arkham Knight Batman more easily affordable for people. Maybe make it so you can buy multiplayer gears and multiplayer characters outright. That could be another way to make revenue. But let's get into the podcast. Again, all credit goes to GameTimeGaming. I'm going to leave a link to his Twitter and his YouTube channel in the description of this daily vlog.
Welcome everyone to episode number 7 of the MKMobile podcast, a podcast where you can fill your ears with everything Mortal Kombat Mobile related. I am your host, GTG, and I am so excited for you to listen to this episode because I got a chance to sit down and talk to one of the senior designers for the game, Mick Pack. We covered everything from how he got into game development, what some of his favorite characters and updates that he got to help with were, what his current roles and
I've always said I like Mick Pack
right now, as well as getting an exclusive look into what will be happening in the next update and future updates for the game.
It's a good opportunity for his channel.
Take a listen.
He deserves it.
Behind the combat with none other than Mick Pack. First of all, I just want to say, when I started, or when I even just had the thought of this podcast a year or two ago, my goal was to be able to reach out and talk to just the amazing players that, or well, not only just the amazing players that are involved in this game, but also just the amazing minds like yourself that are behind the game. So
Twitter really does have a good community, by the way.
Your day to,
www.twitter.com/HollywoodShono.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so much fun. This community in general. Just
right.
I mean, it's a game that's over 25 years old, and
right.
It just brings a lot of people together.
The game is about 5 years old.
And it's taken me, so I've been playing
6 years old.
I didn't bring out my consecutive days count, but it's up there. And I've been playing, and it just really hit me within the last year and a half that the game is super fun, but what's even better, or what's even more of an experience for me is just being able to connect all over the world. I mean, the last podcast I did was
That's
with,
the beauty of Twitter.
2 people overseas. And it's really neat that we have this shared interest in this really fun game, and it's brought people from all over the world together to talk about. So,
again,
cool.
Beautiful thing of Twitter and YouTube.
I never thought in my life that I would be.
When you have a following, you get that real easily. I have a following.
We can just get started, and how I normally like to start with new guests is just to kind of get a past history of you or the guest and Mortal Kombat. So, like, for instance, how did you get introduced to Mortal Kombat? Like, what was your favorite game growing up?
Okay, so I was introduced...
Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for Sega. Definitely a classic.
I don't know if anyone remembers what video stores were, but...
Movie Mania, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Family Video is the most recent one.
Oh my gosh. So, like, in the back of our store, our video store, there was a little tiny arcade. And, since we lived in Chicagoland area...
Man, I love those
we
arcades.
would always get the stuff from Midway. and that was awesome because NBA Jam was there.
Oh God, I miss NBA Jam. Please make a new NBA Jam.
It was fantastic.
You guys did the best NBA Jam.
I got introduced to MK. I was like, I'm going to go home. My mom's probably wants me there for dinner. We didn't have cell phones.
Right.
We didn't have cell phones, so I had to figure she wanted me home.
I remember those days.
So it was pouring outside, and I was like, I'm going to wait this out. And then a delivery truck shows up, and they roll out of the back a freaking MK1 cabinet.
Wow.
Bring it right into the arcade.
Man, classic. Vince actually has one in his work.
Turn it on. Turn out I'm watching the attraction.
We had to look up the fatalities for it.
Characters look so good, because the only kind of digitized stuff you'd seen before was like Pit Fighter.
Right.
Pit Fighter was great too.
Pitfall, Pit Fighter, which doesn't look as great as MK did in the work that they.
No, back in the '90s, no, it didn't.
Oh my God! And I had no quarters left. I spent all my quarters on whatever game I was playing there, and so I was just sitting there staring at the attract screen, and it was like an amazing moment for me. And I actually immediately left. I ran out into the rain and ran home.
The power of emulation to get that screenshot up there.
That's so cool. I remember going to we had Tilt and we had Aladdin. These were different arcades around where I live. And again, I would show up without any money because we're just cruising through the mall. But the attraction around those cabinet games, I mean, there would be 10, 15 people just hovered around it trying to peek in and see what was going on, especially for the Mortal Kombat game. It was very memorable. Mine was similar with the MK1 cabinet. We were staying at a hotel, and I went over there and was just checking this thing out, and I was I thought I was getting pretty good, at playing. And then a kid came up and just demolished me. And I'm like,
There were always kids like that. That's what made the arcades
great.
I
really didn't get back into it until Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
This was before consoles came out.
Genesis.
Oh yeah,
Really
that's the one I had.
So
that's the one I had. Still have that game to this day.
So.
That's amazing.
Game Time Gaming, I ever run into you, we're playing some Ultimate MK3.
Yep.
For the viewers. We'll play it on your channel.
Oh, the arcades?
We ever get together.
Yeah. Right? Aladdin's Castle?
Yep. Every once in a while, I'll stumble across the old coin. I'll find one laying around somewhere that that they use. It has the lamp on there and everything. So awesome. Well, we'll just move right along. And so now we kind of know your history on Mortal Kombat the game. So what made you want to pursue getting into game development?
So this is the most people.
It is a fun job.
I never wanted to be a game developer. I love playing games, and at some point I heard
developing is so fun. I kind of wish I could do that.
Your job?
Right.
Oh my God.
I'd still love to test games for Netherrealm.
The test games.
Open invitation, Mick Pack. You guys need me to test out Injustice 3. I'm your man.
Path was there was a local game development studio called High Voltage Software, and they're still around right now. And I was reading their website.
I've heard of them.
Oh wow, this place is nearby. Oh look, they have a game designer position. I can do that, right? Anybody can make a game. So for some reason they interviewed me. They just I was way underqualified, but I went in. And I miserably failed that interview. It was awful. I felt like
sometimes you learn from failure, though.
It was funny. So, fast forward a year. I was gonna.
You can't try something if you don't try.
I was actually gonna go work at
respect for that.
Concepts out.
Okay.
In, God, I think they were in north of the Bay, north of San Francisco.
Okay.
And I actually got a call from High Voltage again, and they're like, "Hey, we don't want you to be a game designer, but we'd like you to come in for QA."
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, "What?
Get you some experience.
So
why not?"
I pumped the brakes because I didn't really want to move to California.
Right.
Even though I did. I used to live out there, but I wanted to stay local. I had much of this fun.
Sure.
Anyways, so I went in. I took the job as QA. I got to really learn the process and get involved and understand.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. Just get your feet in.
I grew such a respect for what the developers were doing, the artists, the designers, engineers, and then just to quickly move through this, I eventually became the QA manager at High Voltage.
Okay.
And funny thing is, I still wanted to do QA for a living, but I was looking through. We had this HR folder that we had to look at applicants, and they had mine in there from 2 years prior when I interviewed for the designer position. And, it had all the notes from the guy that interviewed me. And as I had gotten to work at High Voltage, I got to understand who this
Kudos to
was.
that guy for keeping that info
He
for
had
2
died,
years.
too. His name was Tom Dowd, and he's not dead. His name is Tom Dowd.
Okay.
So,
the name sounds familiar for some reason, but yeah.
Yeah, he worked on a number of games and he taught as well. But I read his notes, and he had so much good things to say about me and about my brain and about how I talked about gaming. And,
I could see that.
That he saw a lot of potential in me, and then I thought to myself, like, hey, maybe I can do something with this.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
we actually had a design test in house at High Voltage that it was for MK Armageddon on the Wii.
Wow.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And that was kind of like my design test to get into game dev.
Wow.
I'm a designer, and I think I did okay.
Yeah.
But, I didn't hear anything for a while, but then they came back and said, "Hey, we really liked what
Speaking of Armageddon,
like
here you go.
Game design position."
I didn't have a Wii, but I had this.
I moved forward.
That's awesome.
And ever since then, I got this real bug and drive and desire inside.
Right. I love hearing people's stories of where they were and where they are now. And also, you hit on a really neat point too. Is by working there, you really learned the different layers. It sounds like of the company, because I think a lot of people, they think of, I want to be a game designer, and
not as easy as
that's
people
all they're
think.
going to do, and maybe they don't know all the layers that go into the big piece that makes a game. Whereas you kind of have to be in that position to understand all that.
Oh yeah. It's a big time
cool.
process.
That's neat. My history. Well, I'm not a game dev, but I just recently found I used to draw out Super Nintendo worlds on a piece of paper.
Oh,
and I just found like a whole stack of them. So
I did that with like Mega Man.
Going through on
I used to draw the figures.
Mario Maker and recreating my old maps.
Oh Jesus, Mario Maker.
Trying to translate that into the technology that's available.
If you want me to play your levels, 8105 1224 1220 4934.
He's actually
8105 1220 4934.
He's actually.
I'll play your levels for you.
He wants to learn how to build Minecraft worlds and get into that. So we're looking into that too. But again, he's only
Minecraft is very popular.
He's got a lot of growing up to do before we get going that far. But
but start him early, right?
Yeah, exactly. If he's got the interest, I want to.
Just like hockey, you start at 3. People start at 3.
So okay,
and the best players start at 3. So why not start at 7?
So we kind of got the story of
what are you waiting for?
Combat, how you kind of got into
you have the following
game development area. What's
something interesting?
What's your a brief history of your time spent at NetherRealm?
I'll try to keep this brief, as you can see my answers are kind of.
Go ahead, take your time. Take your time.
Man, it's another crazy story. I was at a company called Robomoto. We worked on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. That was like the last thing I worked on.
Tony Hawk, those are classic games.
Yeah, I got laid off. The company was closing down, and so I was like, oh god, I got to stay local. My wife was pregnant. Our daughter was due in 6 months. Yep. So I was like, I'm not.
Damn, that's rough.
Jumping all over the country. So I was like, all right, well, I'll throw a Hail Mary and see if I can get a QA position in Netherrealm, because they didn't have anything open for design. And it's funny enough, when I was QA manager at High Voltage, actually the QA manager from Netherrealm, Warren Wilkes, a fantastic guy. He was actually, we worked together, and 10 years later, I'm like, hey man, can you help me out? So
got connections.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Connections. That's right.
Connections.
Yeah.
I used to have one for Injustice and Immortals. Don't have one anymore. Would like one.
I ended up doing QA on Injustice 1.
Awesome.
Console.
Yep.
On console, and come around.
I wish the Wii U had all the DLC. Just saying. That was awesome.
DLC, and that was I got ability to stay on for there because he knew a design position opened up, and he was going to try to keep me there so I can move towards that.
Yeah.
An interview. So I got to work on the
bring
DLC,
back Injustice 1 Mobile.
Do a few things. Game design wise within the Injustice 1 DLC.
I'm not sure why he cut away to this though.
Content.
Unless he had to get something.
Nick DeCastro and Brian LeBaron for letting me use some of my crazy ideas.
I miss Joel Sasaki. That was a good guy. He hooked me up with so much shit.
Might be one of those 90 downloads. So
Suicide Squad characters, I got them early.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
I got to play with some stuff in Immortals.
I guess.
I hope he's doing well.
Through this, but
go for it.
So I got hired on. I worked on the mobile team. Worked on the Injustice 1 cinematic.
I still don't understand what's up with this.
And, I helped get those things ready, convert them from console.
Yep, he had to go. I knew it. He had to go somewhere.
MKX Mobile launched.
Yep.
When we were called MKX Mobile.
Yeah.
And then helped on Injustice 2.
Don't do that in podcasts, by the way. That is not professional.
I needed someone to kind of take over MKMobile, and that was...
Unless you have to do something with your kids.
So I was really working on the character designs, and JJ was working on the gameplay and the meta systems, and so...
Awesome. So it was like you guys... I mean, I'm sure there was a big team, but you guys were kind of at that core of that, sounds like, or...
Yeah, we were the two designers on it. We added another guy later when Feats of Strength came around.
Yep.
Just because it was a massive feature, and we just needed to have
Oh, that was a great feature.
I still remember.
I'd like to see it expanded.
And I can't remember who was talking about, but just the amount of extra work that was put into putting all that content.
That was definitely when you guys made a resurgence in Mortal Kombat Mobile. Fun fact, I came back when that came out.
This is our first original content, and so it was a ton of work.
I'd love to see it in Injustice 1.
Right. It was very,
I'd love to see it in Injustice 3 when it comes out.
We finished that, and
something to have people work for.
I worked on Injustice 1 for a long time, kind of took that over, and then I took over MKMobile for a while when JJ moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
And then so I ended up handing that off the day-to-day dev implementation after 2.3 shipped, so I could focus on other needs within the mobile team.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that's kind of brings me into what.
So you're not even working on Mortal Kombat Mobile?
You don't have to go into too much detail. Does
that mean he's working on Injustice 3?
At Netherrealm.
So my title is senior designer.
Okay.
And my responsibilities are very fluid right now. So I wear a lot of hats.
Right.
So what I do is I do a lot of character passive buff, debuff prototyping, and I kind of document that stuff.
That's pretty important. I used to love doing synergy videos.
I get to kind of really stay drilled in on characters.
Right, yeah. I would imagine.
I'm sure Shang Tsung was a massive undertaking, but glad to see he got in.
And then
I know you guys were talking about it.
And characters, and I help out with the mobile updates.
Awesome.
Whenever I can.
Update Injustice 1.
I document a lot.
You're not documenting enough.
Wiki.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, so you've obviously worked on a bunch of characters. So what, just some of the characters from the past, what were some of your favorite ones that you've helped develop and to push out to the masses to play with?
Yeah, I mean some of the tentpole ones. Slasher Jason was really awesome.
Oh, I loved Slasher Jason.
His resurrections.
Definitely.
Teamed up with Quan Chi at the time.
Yep.
And then Cosplay Jackie was really
Slasher Jason, one of my favorites. I hate Cosplay Jackie though.
To kind of develop this character that had a lot of tools in her belt, and and kind of bring me to the other point. I really wanted to make some standout women.
I was not a huge fan of that.
And
Cosplay Jackie was underwhelming.
Of women characters that were a little bit stronger, but I really wanted to shake up the meta with them. So Cosplay Jackie, getting her
does not shake up the meta. I'm sorry.
Yeah. In fact,
Cobra Ops Cassie is still way better.
Characters she could change into that weren't in the game yet too. I think
Rain?
Tremor I think wasn't added yet at that point, so you could kind of play as Tremor, and then Rain as well, like you were saying. So that was cool.
That's kind of cool.
That character is still one of my favorite go-tos, just because of. I mentioned this in the last podcast, but you really have to look at the class.
How many of you guys would like to see a King of the Hill with myself, Man with No Game 45, Game Time Gaming, and 3 other Mortal Kombat Mobile community members?
But that character was an amazing drop when it came out.
On PlayStation or Xbox or PC, if you come to my world, PC.
Like you're saying, because
who would like to see that?
Wasn't around yet. And Jason's were like,
I think it'd be good for everybody
everywhere, and we're just like, what do we do? So that was those were pretty cool characters. So
yeah, and then the final one, the things that I really when I kind of took over as design, it was really adding some of those kind of MK gameplay secrets to some of the characters' abilities. And I know we're a collectible card game, so a lot of the interest in getting a character revolves around what's in their passive ability,
right?
What their special attacks do, and things
and gear,
King's Dragon and Nightmare Jason's hidden attacks, and Day of the Dead Jade's hidden attacks, based on conditions and things like that.
Day of the Dead Jade.
Kind of like my gift to the community for people who invest in these characters and kind of get to discover.
Will we ever see combat like Injustice 2?
Yep.
Will we ever see a way to dodge abilities?
Special or secret attack has saved me a bunch of times because she gains that health.
Because that could make potentially harder content.
And I always
look at Marvel Contest of Champions. Look at Injustice 2. You can dodge attacks. You can jump attacks.
To actually somehow convert that to an actual like.
Will we ever see the fighting aspects of Mortal Kombat Mobile
I'm kind of
updated?
into those, not Dungeons and Dragons so much, but like Hero Quest was a game that came out, which I found really fun. I always thought it'd be cool to try to change this game into something like that, but it's just more ideas that get scrambled up here. So,
I just want to see the combat updated. It's so bland.
So awesome.
That's another reason I got turned away from Mortal Kombat.
Updates, releases that you got to help with, any that really stand out, any that were some of your favorites, so to speak?
Yeah, I've got like 3 off the top of my head.
Okay.
1.9 was when I first took over the character design.
Okay.
And
was that with the 4 characters?
Mm-hmm. And I had to do 9 characters in that update. It was the Triborg update.
Oh yeah.
The first set of diamond characters. It was bananas.
Yeah.
And I was really tested. So it was like I'm a super proud of myself moment because I actually got that stuff done in time.
Yeah. That would be a lot of grinding, I'm sure, especially because I do remember that update. That was
1.9.
A lot of content came out.
yeah. And then 25th anniversary 1.15 was amazing. Relicant,
yes,
Shao Kahn, the first mid-match kill that you could do, and
I still to this day like that. That was a really cool idea.
Forums at the time and saw people just scared to death of Shao Kahn walking out with 2 bars of power.
Yep. Yeah, he was a game
now you can
changer.
start with 3.
Immediately was a game changer at that. So the other.
And I like the idea of Diamonds having another equipment slot. That's pretty cool.
Would have been Boss Aaron Black with his Wheel of Fate. So that was kind of, but not playable, obviously, but. Sorry, I had my nerd moment there. So.
Yep, I remember Aaron Black.
Oh yeah.
I got screwed so many times from that.
I wish when you killed somebody, we kept that around.
It was pretty cool. Well, it did.
Explosion.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, because I don't think it's ever come back. The Wheel of Fate's come back, but that graphic hasn't returned. But yeah, good memories. That's one of the fun things when I get to talk to people all over the world.
That was definitely a damage check.
Reflect on those experiences going, playing the game from.
I hated that Aaron Black on hard difficulty.
To it is now. It's fun just to talk about those.
RNG could screw you so hard, or you could get lucky.
So
it was also on health intervals too.
That you can think of that kind of really just stand out.
Yeah, the other one for me was just. 2.0 was a big deal, but the Feats of Strength update.
Yeah.
2.0 was a big deal, but the store, a lot of people complained about that.
A lot of the. What do we call it?
My problem with 2.0 is you can't change what works. I understand why it was done, because then you could buy the diamond characters again, but why not just enable unlocking them with
it was a ton of fun. It was
souls?
JJ's
outright.
JJ's like, you're hanging yourself, man. You're not gonna finish this, and I got it done, and it was pretty cool. So
yeah.
I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah, well, it's a really neat addition to the game, honestly. It really is, because it's just...
Feats of Strength is a big, deep part of the game, for sure.
Equipment would let you do, so... So we had, we're moving on actually pretty fast. Last year, we had quite a few characters come out. Which one, was there a favorite that was dropped for you, the character that came out last year?
Cabal?
I know I have...
I like Black Dragon Cabal, that was good.
Some of your podcasts already.
Okay.
And I think it really boils down to Noob,
right?
MK11 Noob.
Yeah.
I was so happy when we got him. We were actually planning that for 2.0 shortly after 2.0 launch, but it just got pushed. And I was just so happy to get him out and getting his shadows or his revenue.
And I like that they made him an exclusive faction reward. They needed to have that for the longest time. That way you had something to grind for. So I wasn't upset that's the way they did that. That's a nice brutality, though.
He's just such a fluid character and fun character to play. And he's just
great support of Mortal Kombat 11 characters too.
He's an awesome.
Great support character.
The only bummer for me was now I can't predict any more noob confirmed thing. So I gotta figure out what's next.
Dude, I've died so much. I've done so many spit takes watching your videos that just popped up, man. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's fun. When I do have the free time, which isn't much anymore, I like to try to just throw in silly videos just to lighten the mood for everyone. But,
that's important. That's one thing I did not do. So kudos to you for that one
as well. So moving on, we are now at the point in this podcast where we're going to do Test Your Might. So I have I have 3 characters. We don't have to do them all. I put them in difficulty. So I have easy difficulty, hard, and then elder.
I want to see Towers of Time in the game.
Well,
Test Your Might is cool.
I'll just read
but battles are kind of outdated.
I can read the description if you need it.
They need to add more battles in, kind of like they did with Injustice 1.
His name is Collector. And
Collector would be a cool character to get in.
Once per match, this character can change on tag-in into different ninjas, each giving her a unique combat effect and very high bonuses against a character type.
Kind of like Arkham Knight Batman can do Wayne tech.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. See, my heart is racing.
So if I were on your end, I'd be sweating bullets right now because I've been in your shoe before where people ask me questions. So I try to make it like easy, and honestly, I can.
This is definitely a nice touch, though. I like that. Nice little fun segment. You got to make it fun too.
The next one is the hard difficulty.
Kudos for that.
The passive name is Sharp as a Whip. The
Takeda
is when this character successfully blocks any basic attacks, there is a chance he counters. Kung Jin, Cassie Cage, and Jackie Briggs gain 30% damage, health, and critical hit damage when on the same
Shiryu
team.
Takeda.
I think that's Shiryu Takeda.
You got it, yeah. Yep, that's it. I could hear it.
How the hell did I get that right before?
This one's gonna be hard.
All right.
You even said that. I'm good.
And I can even give you the class of the card if you need. So, the passive name is Survival of the Fittest, and the description is plus 5% health for Outworld teammates.
Isn't that Saurian?
I'll give you a clue. It's a bronze card.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think of what it's not a human. It's a creature. Blah, 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 blah.
You're right.
That guy's name Saurian.
You got it. Yeah. Dang, you passed all of those.
I passed them first.
I bet your listeners are going to be like, come on, those are softballs.
Oh, believe me, if I was on your side, I would probably fail.
He went to the bathroom. Don't do that. Don't do that during a podcast.
So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, good job. That was awesome.
Don't do that during a podcast.
That kind of wraps things up. Like I said, just a quick
Unless you're going to check on a kid, don't do that.
Makes it more of a easier listening experience. But I like one thing I really like to do.
That does not look professional.
Make update predictions videos. That's one thing it's kind of always been at the core of my.
I want to see monthly updates, just like Marvel Contest of Champions does.
As well,
just like
probably
Mortal Kombat Mobile and Injustice 2 promised at launch. I remember when Injustice 2 had monthly updates.
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
All you gotta do, one challenge character a month. Maybe add some silver characters in the game.
Let's see. Okay, all right.
Add some more bronze characters in the game. 2 diamonds every 2 months.
Really? Okay, all right.
I
that's what we need. More characters.
So
Towers of Time.
We're going to allow players to ascend a new tower, and this new tower has some of my.
Ooh, boring.
Really? Okay.
And okay. Well, the name of the tower.
Stop recycling content.
Whoa! Seriously, Sorcerer's Tower. Okay. All right.
Sorcerer's Tower. Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. All right.
Something to do with Shang Tsung. It's gotta be.
Let me see.
More?
All right. I think I can give you some more.
Seriously. Okay. All right. I'm all ears.
All right. Let's see.
It's a good way to tease updates, though. Especially if he does more like this in the future.
So we've got a certain.
It gets him publicity, which he deserves.
He's been training his leg in the combat off season, and he's going to finally get to use it on the combat pitch.
Okay.
So to speak, and that's Shang Tsung. He's got a new brutality that's being.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's going to be awesome.
And I'll let you all kind of try to figure out which one that is.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm like looking at my
PS4
now. I'm gonna fire that up and go through his. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And
speaking of PlayStations,
I think this is probably
PS5, baby.
I think the community would probably be pretty happy.
Okay.
He is going to be getting.
And I have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate for PS5.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Fatal Blow. All right.
He'll be getting his one
with all the different ninjas. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Wow.
I know a lot of people have been asking for that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
PSN, V Shornock.
Dang, wow.
You're going to want to have a little bit of fun with the viewers Game Time Gaming. I'd be down if you are.
Okay, yeah.
One day. That'd be fun for everybody.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm not turning anything off.
Okay.
I'll probably get my ass kicked, but it'd be fun.
Right. This isn't so much as direct, but I'll say we're going to bring a new character who synergizes really well with an oft talked about group of characters right now.
Okay.
I see a lot of people talk about these characters on the forum and asking for more, and this character will synergize well. So
Triborgs?
that there.
Okay.
Pin on the community.
Triborgs are Outworlds.
And then we're also going to have
or Black Dragon,
a
maybe.
new character, never playable in the game, but they have technically appeared in the game already, some way or another. So I'll leave that one there.
Oh man, I'm gonna do some digging now. Oh, that is awesome.
And I can feel Carly's aura.
Is Kronika actually coming to mobile?
I'm gonna stop there.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. That is awesome. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Sounds like Kronika.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Kronika.
Well, I wasn't expecting that, so that's pretty awesome.
Well,
so
happy to drop some info.
Yeah.
Or it could be Motaro.
Well, you guys, that's amazing news. I cannot wait for this next update. Just to wrap up, first of all, thank you, Mick. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Just to wrap up, where can people find you? Your socials, if you want to, you can throw those out.
Sure. You can find the game MKMobile on Twitter. MKMobile game, all one word. That's the at.
Are they at least following
MKMobile
Game Time Gaming?
You can download us on Google Play Store, Apple Play Store for any new folks jumping in on your podcast. And you can find me. I'm Cactuspack, CACTUSPACK on Twitter. And if you ever see me,
who's not following him
on the leaderboards, which you probably won't.
I'm pretty sure you are.
You're busy.
You guys are yeah, I'm busy. It's I love Cassie, and that's a heart emoji. Parentheses and a 3.
Yep. Very cool.
So, and then
Very cool. I think I have. I've seen your tag or I've seen your profile name probably just on like videos that you've put out, or I think you've used your profile for like update videos or something like that. Because I do remember seeing that at one point, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I posted a picture.
Speaking of Cassie, when are we getting a diamond Cassie?
And someone put me on
other than Punk.
My account not being at level 60.
When are we getting a diamond Jackie Briggs?
You're
like,
I play on like a dev account. So
That's awesome. Well, again, thanks so much. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do something like this again.
When are we getting a diamond Kotal Khan?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. All the best.
I'd like to see those two get diamonds.
Will do. Thanks. Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the MKMobile Podcast. I want to thank Mick again for taking time out of his busy schedule and sitting down with me and sharing his history and experience with this awesome game, as well as giving us all an exclusive look at what to expect in future updates for MKMobile. And of course, I want to give a special thanks to all of you, my listeners. If you're new to this, the MKMobile Podcast can be found on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube, as well as follow me on Twitter at GameTimeGaming1, where you'll find MKMobile information, gameplay, and more.
Okay, first off, I just want to say great job Game Time Gaming, and thank you Mick Pack for taking time out of your day, not only to address the Mortal Kombat Mobile community, but to give a sneak peek. Again, I feel that there's things that you guys could do a little bit differently that might draw the interest back in. I'm seeing the same phase of let's add towers in, let's add new diamond characters in. How about throw a bone for the free-to-play players? How about new challenges? How about Towers of Time? How about a Diamond Kotal Khan? How about a Diamond Jackie Briggs? When are we going to see Rain in Mortal Kombat Mobile? When are we going to see more characters? How about a Diamond Triborg character, maybe a Mortal Kombat 11 Sector Cyrax, or maybe even a new robot, maybe even a version of Jax Briggs that synergizes with Triborg characters. Here's my problem with Mortal Kombat Mobile. My number one complaint about the game is the combat. I think that is what pulls me away the most. It's so bland and boring. You sit there, tap, 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 throw a special, when Injustice 2 has swiping, it has jumping, it has dodging, it has that annoying sweep attack. How cool would it be to get a spear thrown at you and be able to jump over? How cool would it be to actually be able to dodge certain attacks? Like, say, you're getting bashed at by Shao Kahn, and you can just dodge out of the way. How cool would that be? I feel that the biggest problem I have with Mortal Kombat Mobile is just the combat. I think that you guys need to take a little bit of an overhaul. This is 2021 and not 2016. I would love to see the combat at least get an overhaul like Injustice 2. I think this is my challenge to Mick Pack. This is what I want to see out of the game most. What I want to see next, I want to see Towers of Time next. Towers of Time, or some sort of game mode where you can play various little, and it doesn't have to be for anything but coins. It could maybe even give you like random uncommon gear. And I also want to see a crafting material there where you can craft tower gears, or if you get a currency for maxing out uncommon gears, you could eventually craft the rares. You could eventually craft the epics. How cool would it be? And I know that it would probably take away from their revenue, but what about for the diehard people that spend 100, 200, 300 souls a day refreshing towers? What if we actually have crafting where we can craft some of the old gears from towers? What if we have a Towers of Time mode where you can play random events, and even if you get just a rare equipment gear for being, or even an uncommon gear, it's crafting materials to craft your next rare, to craft your next epic. I've seen games like Marvel Contest of Champions also have a co-op mode. I would like to see a 3-player co-op mode even toyed around. I'd like to see factions where like you can group up 30 people to do content. Look at Marvel Strike Force as a great example of that. You can have 30 people, you can have 8 lanes of people doing various difficulty of content. And it could challenge the most difficult players. Also look at some other things from other games. Borrow some ideas and make them your own. Raid Shadow Legends has a couple. Marvel Strike Force has some. I love the customization. I love the fact that Netherrealm does not like to borrow from games. However, I feel that we need a little bit more. Maybe raise the level cap to 70. Maybe make shards available. Maybe change the way battle mode works. Overhaul battle mode. I feel that there's a big challenge to get some of the players back, like myself, that just feel Mortal Kombat Mobile is a waste of time because the content is so dry. When Marvel Contest of Champions updates their game every single month with 2 new characters at 5 star variants. So it's like you're getting 10 characters a month even though you're getting 2. This is my challenge in Mick Pack and the Mortal Kombat development team. If you guys can somehow add more into the game, get some more help in the mobile department. You guys are making $1 million a month. What if you could make $2 million? What if you could make $3 million? What if you could make $5 million by taking half of the work off of Mick Pack and adding more developers in? This is my challenge in Netherrealm. If you guys want my help in any way, whether it be to test out things, I'm here for you, but you have to throw a bone. You have to try and compete with Marvel Contest of Champions, even King of Fighters All-Star, with all these other fighting games. I'm willing to drop every other fighting game and devote to Mortal Kombat Mobile if we can get some actual changes that impact the game, much like Feats of Strength. Thank you guys for watching this little daily vlog reacting to Game Time Gaming's podcast. And if you don't want me doing this, I can delete the video, but if you do, thank you very much. Also, big shout out to Mick Pack for taking the time out of his schedule. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for yet another daily vlog.